Here we go. Driving in America Part 2. There were some additions that I did not add that I'm going to go ahead and add a Part 2 that I think is very vital because your safety, your life, and your comfortability is mostly important to me. If you have not listened to Part 1 about American driving, you need to go back and do that before you listen to this one, because this is an addition. So I don't need to give you an additional red pill, but I'm going to go ahead and get into the subject today of the driving. I want to make sure that I cover all grounds. If I missed something in the first video, I'm going to go ahead and put it in this one twice if I have to. Because again, safety, your life is important to me, and the message need to be given unto you. For some of you who may be just now listening to this, you know me. I am Leon C., aka Morpheus, the original. Okay? AKA and M is in capital. So that way you can distinguish me from all the other Morpheuses in the world and all the other Leon C's. Okay? I am a different type of message, and a different type of power, and a different type of red pill. Now, without further ado, I'm going to give you some rules of the road that I know of, and I'm going to give you some warnings of how to protect and help yourself, my American people. And if you got teenagers who are just now getting in the road, you got college students who think that they are a NASCAR driver, you got older women who think they still got it, and you got the younger generation who think that they're invincible on the road because they're driving in their so-called beat-up Camaro that's soon to be in the salvage yard in a couple of years from now. Okay? It is best to be aware of the traffic. It's best to be aware of safety. It's best to know that you're going to leave the house and get to where you need to be at safely. A lot of times you can actually avoid the dangers and hazards on the road if you know what to look out for. A lot of times you can be a better driver if you drive defensively if you need to, and offensively should the time ever come. But sadly, a lot of people are caught unaware. A lot of drivers, that is motorists who are on the road, think that they own the road. I'm going to tell you now, you do not own the road. Yes, we all have a part in the road because we pay taxes to get the road fixed. We pay taxes to build the bridges. Yes. Our tax money go into the development of your towns and your cities that you drive your automobiles on. There's a reason why they call it's a privilege, because most times you don't have to be on those roads and they have to take their taxes out of it in order for you to be on that road. It is a privilege because a lot of people, the majority of them, don't need to be driving anyway because they are a hazard. Okay? Too many distracted driving, too many self-entitlement drivers, and too many old drivers that know that their sons and daughters and grandchildren need to be the one taking the wheel instead. There's too many people that are not getting their driver education right, where as soon as they leave the driver education schools, they're the first ones to be in the ditch somewhere with their car upside down and their four wheels are still spinning. It is a detriment for me to put this out here because generally people still don't get it. And oftentimes now we are experiencing, seeing on the off end that there is usually a one car incident that they call it, or it is a particularly off-roaded car or a downed vehicle. What that means is it's a car that did not collide with another car. It's just a simple person who was distracted and they just so happened to lose control of their vehicle and they slid off of the road. There's reasons for this, and I'm going to explain some of those reasons for you that you may already know, but I'm going to expound on it anyway. Listen carefully for you who think you are veteran drivers. And again, this is a part 2 of the first video. Okay. You must know that they tell you that the lights are calculated intelligently to go by the speed limit, whereas you do not have to go above the speed and definitely not below the speed. Whereas you can actually get past the green light if you do the 40 miles per hour or the 55 or wherever else that you are, 35 miles per hour. Okay. As a person who loves to study and to feed knowledge to you American people, because I am your big brother, I am your supporter, I am your power in your corner to give you the knowledge that you need to succeed. Okay. I did my just diligence and I did my just research and I've been out there myself. Of course, I have to drive to get to where I need to be, right? What you must know is that is not 100% true what they tell you about the stoplights. No, absolutely not. There is still many stoplights around your towns and your city that isn't accurate when it comes to the speed limit versus you making it past that yellow light. Oftentimes, I have noticed in my research that there are plenty of lights that will turn red, okay, even if you are doing speed limit and it turned red too soon. It will turn yellow to red too soon, and it will catch you off guard oftentimes. That is, even when you're doing right. So therefore, if they tell you that doing the speed limit, okay, yes, you should do the speed limit. But if they tell you that doing the speed limit is actually calculated with the lights, that's not generally true 100% of the time. So you cannot depend on that. All right. Oftentimes accidents or collisions or intersection crashes happen usually because of interchanging of lights and the confusion of it as well. It's not a perfect system. So I'm telling you, you can avoid that. And I'm also telling you, do not go by that system. Okay. Drive as you should, be safe as you should. But what you want to do is keep your eyes on the light. For some of you, you like to try to beat the yellow light, to try to run underneath it. Okay. To get you where you need to be. This also is what caused a collision, because you never know when somebody's getting ready to turn onto the lane that you are on. So oftentimes you end up T-boning them, or they will T-bone you because both of you are in a rush, because this country is impatient. You both think you own the road. You both think that you are Mario Andretti. You both think that you are professional drivers who's been doing it since you came out of your mother's womb and you own that lane. You both don't concern yourself with where that other person is going as long as you get to where you need to go. So while you think you're speeding past this yellow light to beat it before it goes red, okay, oftentimes there's someone else who is trying to beat that light as well. You need to pay attention to that. So therefore, the lights cannot be trusted. Okay? Drive with safety, offensively and defensively as you need to be. But most times when you're looking at a light and it is green, that's called a stale light. That means you got to keep your eyes on it to make sure that that light don't change on you. Most times it's better to wait for the light to just go ahead and change and you stop when it gets yellow than for you, oftentimes, my American people, gun it. Because you're so impatient where you gun right underneath the yellow light. The law is that if you so happen to be too close underneath the light, you are already several inches or several feet underneath the light. Okay, whereas stopping is going to make you stop in the middle of the intersection. Then at that time, it's better for you to keep going. It's better for you to continue driving than for you to jam on your brakes, okay, and slide in the middle of the intersection or make somebody slide in back of you. Okay, that is an exception to the rule. That's when you have to keep going. Okay, oftentimes truck drivers have to do that too, because truck drivers can't stop on the dime. They have to keep going, because if they jam on their brakes, they're not going to stop anyway. So when the light turns yellow, they got to keep going. That is a safety measure to keep the intersection free and clear. But if you have time to stop when you see the yellow light and you're nowhere near it, it's best for you to slow down like the light is telling you and stop. because lives have been lost at the intersection more times than what you really believe. Okay, because there's somebody on the other side just like you. Okay, and you don't see each other until you are meshed in metal and plastic, and nobody can save you. Getting on to the next issue is merging from the ramp lane. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share something with you, whether you like it or not. I have to be harsh on this measure because lives is important to me, and oftentimes you don't listen until it happens to you. Merging onto the on-ramp is a very vital time. People are extremely at a concentrated rate and completely unsure as to what the other car is going to do. That is, speeding up or slowing down. But in my studies, I will tell you, and experience, of course, that is not the lane that you should be in anyway if you're not planning on getting off the highway. Usually the on-ramp is a highway type of thing or a major interstate type of thing. I have noticed that a lot of you love to just ride on that shoulder, okay, doing exactly the speed limit while people are getting on and off the ramp. You're going to find yourself in the ditch one of these days. One of these days, somebody's going to get on the ramp and they're going to try to beat you to get past that interaction. Either they're going to speed up and go in front of you, they're going to speed up and they'll slow down and get back at you. Most times, okay, that vehicle's right next to you. Use common sense, America, and get out of the way. If you see that there is a car getting on the on-ramp, get over in your left-hand lane. Move out of the way. You do not own the freeway or the highway. Get over. But you know what? All right, what you can do, okay, don't take Morpheus's word, okay? Don't take my word. Don't listen. All right, allow, let's just say, for example, allow the car to just keep going on the on-ramp. Stay on the slow lane over there. Just stay in, keep doing it, okay? There's been more fatalities than we can count year to year by people like you and others who say, oh, well, if they see me, then why are they trying to run up against me? No, you see them first before they see you. Okay? You are already on the freeway. You see, and you're supposed to see this car that's getting on the on-ramp, curving near you. Okay? There's often times where trucks are on that lane because that's generally for slow moving vehicles. Your car is not slow. It's slower when you're trying to concentrate on the road, but it's not as slow as a truck. The truck is the slowest thing on the road. Okay? When they're getting on the off ramp, they need to get in that lane so they can prepare themselves to merge over to get off the highway. But for you as a four-wheeler, you have flexibility and you are nimble. You have the ability to move out of the way if a car or a truck is getting on the highway. I notice often that some of you cars will stay in that lane even if you see this big truck that's as big as your house for some of you, okay, or your trailer park, Lord forbid, okay, and you still stay in that lane. You see this big truck getting on the highway and you stay doing 55 miles per hour right there next to the truck. And then you find yourself underneath the tandems of the truck. No, better yet, you find yourself underneath the trailer and wondering what happened. You've seen the truck. Common sense tell you to move your narrow, God-given rear end over, okay, or that narrow rear end is going to end up a pancake underneath that 18-wheeler because you're so smart. Safety is most important. You need to pay attention to the road and stop paying attention to your phone or whatever infotainment center that you got and start maneuvering like you're supposed to. That slow lane over there where it is an on and off ramp, it is treacherous. It is one of the most dangerous places for you to be besides being in the speeding lane. You would think that it is actually the passing lane. I call it the speeding lane, but the passing lane is the most dangerous. You would think that it is. You're dead wrong. Okay, those people are already on the freeway and they're going from one location to the next, even though there are frequent crashes on that lane as well. But the one which is most obvious, the most frequent, and is going to happen constantly is over there, because there's always an interchanging, my American professional drivers. Somebody's getting on the highway and somebody's getting off the highway. Don't you think you should move out of the way? Why do you think you can stay in that lane and be like, you'll say something like, well, they see me, so I wish they would run into me. They don't have to pay my insurance. Well, you can't pay your insurance if you're 6 feet underneath the ground, meshed in metal, that the coroner and the doctors and the rest of them got to pull out of your flesh because you're so entitled to the road and the lane. It's better not to test death by moving out of the way, because you don't know what's going to happen. Because just like you are distracted playing with your baby, your cell phone, and your hair while you're in this lane, what makes you think that person getting on the on-ramp is paying attention as well? Oftentimes you're playing a dangerous game of Russian roulette and you don't survive. If you don't care about your life, so be it. That's your choice. But you heard it from Morpheus and you know better. Move your car out of the way. You have to be defensive sometimes, and sometimes you got to be offensive. Being defensive means just move out of the way, slow down, let the car get on the highway. Or if you see the cars, you see that it's heavy traffic, it's rush hour, okay? Get in the middle lane to move out of the way so you can constantly keep going at a safe speed and avoid needing to interchange with cars that are getting on and off the ramp. This should be a no-brainer, but it seems like we're not getting it yet until we see the Grand Reaper. Now, getting on to the next. Another thing that causes a lot of collision is turn signals. I don't stand by Jesus Christ, and a lot of you know my channel, being Morpheus. I go by spiritual realism and facts. But for some of you, you say, oh, Jesus Christ. No, that's not in my vocabulary. I just said it for you to make you think I'm going to say it. No, I'm going to say for God-given grace, for the love of the universe, for the love of your children, for the love of grandmother who don't know how to drive anymore. Okay, for the love of you young kids who think that you are a speed racer. Okay, that you are just this brick wall. This car is invincible and you're going to survive forever. Okay. Pay attention to the turn signals. Use those knobs that mankind have created so you can signal. The most that you can do for yourself is communicate with the cars that are around you. The turn signal is communication. Gone is the days where you got to stick your head out of the window and do hand gestures. Gone is the days where you stick your hand out of the window and you have to yell that you're turning left or right. On these often new vehicles now, they pretty much got 3 turn signals on one side of the car or truck now. You got one on the rearview mirror, you got one on the front bumper, and you got one in the rear. And they're all trying to talk to you and say, listen, buddy, I'm trying to get over in the lane that you're not moving. Because some of you are so entitled to the road. Some of you love just standing there. I don't care. He can wait. I don't care. He got his turn signal on. I'm going to just stay in his lane anyway and make him slow down or speed up. Because you are a lack of compassion. You are a lack of courtesy that we are missing here in America. But I'm here to tell you that keep doing that. Keep on doing that. And you're going to get unlucky one day. And you cashing your chips in on thinking or pretending as if you some invincible Iron Man, okay, is not going to save you. Your car, okay, is not going to prevent you, okay, from making the mistakes that other people will make. What that means is you are not in a position to be participating what that other driver is going to do. You see them with their turn signal on and you think, oh, well, no, they see me sitting over here. They're not going to actually move in the lane anyway because I'm not moving. I'm entitled to this road. I'm getting where I need to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm driving the speed limit for some of you women. You ain't going to get in my lane. Okay, keep doing it. Because just like you, they're going to think just like you. I'm entitled to this road. I'm entitled to this freeway. And you're going to be in the ditch. You're going to find yourself sliding right over there on the left-hand lane, okay, where the passing lane is. And you're going to hit the median and you're going to spin off And then now you're going to scream for what you say, Jesus. Jesus, help me. I hear it all the time. God, Jesus. No, don't scream Jesus now. No. Don't start screaming bloody. Don't hold your cross that's against your chest or around your neck. No, forget it. No. Don't try to sit up there and push your Navistar. No, the Navistar is destroyed now. It's probably bent in thanks to you. No, don't try to praise Allah or whoever you worship at the last minute. Okay, it's over. You had your opportunity. The car was signaling to you. He got 3 turn signals, I heard. They were telling you they're trying to get over. Pay attention, and you should be doing the same thing. Don't be using your turn signal at the last minute. You need to use your turn signal where you are going to signify. It's called communication. You know what that is? You got it on your cell phone, talking to somebody. You telling them where you are going. If you do not understand that, then why are you driving? Your turn signals will save your life. Do you want to save your life? Do you want to go from work to home? Or do you want your mother to go for? Do you want to make it from wherever you're going to where you need to be? Pay attention to the turn signals. Pay attention to your own. Use that little turn stock. It's very simple. Use your pinky finger or your first finger. For some of you who needs an instruction manual, all you got to do is lift your left hand over. Okay, I know it's too heavy for some of you. And just click it. It don't even take strength to do it. You can't even force it to be laborious. Just tap it a little bit and it will do its job. Okay? And for you who are behind these cars, pay attention. Now, 3 things that are the major factor here in America and around the country that is causing collisions like never before. Okay? It is in the police reports, okay? And it sometimes ends up in a very gruesome situation that you yourself do not want to witness, okay? And I'm not going to put the images in your mind, but you become unrecognizable for several reasons, because you think that person who's not paying attention to the lights, again, that person who's merging onto the on-ramp or off the on-ramp, okay? That person who's not paying attention to your turn signals, or you aren't paying attention to their turn signals. There are 3 things that are in the common person more than what you really think. That is drugs, drinking, and distracted driving. You think they're paying attention to you. They're looking at something else often. Okay? They're too busy looking down often. They're too busy looking at the wrong mirror often. They're looking at that flashy car next to them with the 32-inch rims. Okay? Stagecoach wheels, I like to call them. Silly. Anyway. You know, they're too busy. Their system is full of narcotics. Okay? So their reaction time is slower. It's slower. So if you look at all those variables and you playing Russian roulette with this guy or woman who has their turn signal on, who's getting onto the merging ramp, getting on the highway, that is, or even trying to speed through the stoplight by you hoping that somebody on the other side isn't trying to race through there either, okay, you would be dead wrong. Because oftentimes than not, that person is distracted. They got something in their bloodstreams. Even the officers can tell you that. Traffic cops can tell you that. Often it happens all the time, almost normally, where the alcohol level is above the legal limit. But people have been doing that for so many years and getting away with it. God forbid, but it happens. Okay? That all it takes is one time. No, we can't stop them all. Okay? No, it's not going to be a worldwide search and, we're going to pull over everybody to check for drugs and see what's on your. No, we don't have time and money for that. We can't do that. The state can't do that. Okay? The state has the ability to trust that you are responsible for your life and your actions. That's why there's insurance. That's why there's lawyers. And that's why there's people like me trying to warn you and to help you should you share, like, and subscribe this audio. To give it to those who think that driving is a game. It's not. You're not driving your couch You're not driving your couch from home to work. You're driving a machine, okay, that can do deadly damage to innocent people. And not only can it do deadly damage to innocent people, those people can do deadly damage to you, because distraction driving is common now. Drug use and pharmaceutical use, it don't have to be illegal drugs all the time, even though that's there too. Even common household drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs that make people drowsy or make grandma drive 20 miles per hour on a 55 miles per hour speed limit happens more often than you know. And you ain't paying attention. You too busy trying to stay in this slow lane with this person merging over instead of you getting over like you're supposed to. Grandma's in the same lane that you are in right in front of you, and you run smack in back of her, and now both of you are sliding off the highway. Tell me I'm lying. You can look up, this is every day, and you think it's not going to happen to you. Don't you think that just about 99.9% of people on the road think the same way that you do? All of them think the same way. Well, it's not going to happen to me. Today is not my day. I'm just going to whistle. I'm going to blast my JB audio system. I'm going to sit back and smoke this blunt, and I'm going to jump right into the vehicle after drinking a pint of whiskey or whatever you drink, your Hennessy or something like that. I'm going to drive my Impala because I'm invincible. And you jump in it and thinking you can do like you always do when you get point A to point B. I'm going to drive 75 miles per hour, even though the speed limit is 55, because I can do it now, because I got more in my system, in my blood. I'm feeling good now. My music is blasting. And you find yourself on top of the median, okay, with the tow truck dragging you, okay, from where you are. And the ambulance looking down on you, fuzzy, and you can't quite remember what happened until you wake up in somewhere. Okay, because you don't want to pay attention to safety because you're invincible. Because maybe even people like you, okay, and I'm gonna go there, who will not describe, like, and share this video, okay, is so disproportionate and unpassionate about other people's lives and the safety of the road, where you won't even like and share this video to give it to those people who think that they are Mario Andretti or Jeff Gordon coming out of their mother's womb. Just simply sharing this video itself will put the word out there. Let these people know that it's not a game, that their life is a Russian roulette. The road, okay, that's not the time to pretend like you on a race car track. You understand? If you want to do that, go into one of those tracks which you can sign up for and pay for to do a couple of laps or something like that. Or get in the challenge, or just actually go into race car driving away from pedestrians, because you may think you're professional and you might be good at driving, but there are 79% of them out there around you, okay, who are loose bullets. If I told you your chances of survival, okay, was 79% against you, okay, and you had a very small window of survival, would you be playing at a time like that? You'll be more serious. You don't want to be that person that will slide off of the road, get hit, be dragged underneath a trailer, okay, and the trailer tandems is on top of you in your brand new pretty car, now getting ready to be dragged to the junkyard with you, okay, and whatever you left behind. Sorry, but that's just true. Okay. Maybe you'll think twice about that. Maybe if you see it happening in front of you, you'll think twice. It's amazing how it only takes a second. If you ignore the stoplights and you think, oh, every stoplight is perfect, I can just do the speed limit, I'm just going to just hum along, and then it turns yellow, then red on you. Now, all of a sudden, you're in the middle of the intersection across from somebody who's already geezied up on drugs, drinking, and they're distracted playing with their girlfriend's ugly nose with his finger, okay, and he think he's in a Camaro that's in his mind he thinks it's a Ferrari, but it's still a Chevy Camaro, so he guns it. And right on the side of you and your family SUV vehicle. And then you're like, what happened? I don't understand. Because you didn't listen to Morpheus and told you to pay attention to the lights. Use your head and stop thinking with your smartphone. It is important for me to talk like that because y'all don't take it seriously. I take it seriously. I take life seriously. People are losing their lives every day because they don't comprehend or understand what this message is about. Because people like you ain't teaching it either. You ain't putting content like this up here. You ain't standing out there telling people, put the cell phone down. Anytime you see somebody with a cell phone, just knock on their window and tell them, put that down. If you got to. I know it's kind of aggressive. I know that causes road rage in a fight. But tell me this. You getting that person's awareness, tell them, put that down, okay, is a lot less harsh than it would be if they're driving on the highway 60 miles per hour and there's a family with a child in the back minding its own business, sucking on its toy, okay, get knocked to the median, and now they lost a few of their family members because you yourself had the ability to honk at a person, stop a person, and say, you know what, don't do it. Yeah, I know that's kind of a distraction to honking at a person. Don't do it, it's illegal. Don't flash your light at a person. But you got to think of this. That person that's in that car is a lethal weapon in an instant. All it takes is 1 second. They're looking down, they pick up the phone, they look up, and they're underneath a trailer. Okay, that is a terrible scene. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be in that car of that person say, oh, driving is fun. Woo! Not like it used to be. Because now you got smart people that like to put infotainment centers in your car that you can play with the flashlights. Everything is automatic. So now you don't have to think at all to drive. So you just pay attention to nothing. You don't have to be focused like you should, as if there's no entertainment center. You got to turn for yourself. You got to look through the rear view mirrors. You got a manual transmission, and you got to be a man and a woman, which is hard for us to be today. Okay, that taught that generation something. Okay, now you got dummy-proof machines and computers in your car because we don't think anymore. But that's still a distraction because you still can't pay attention and there's still accidents happening. Why? Because of the demented, decreased, receding average individual today on drugs, distracted, and drinking. So it isn't fun anymore. It can be, but there's too many people who are ignorant to the safety. You need to start paying attention. So I'm going to end this audio, okay? Don't make me say this again. Like this, share this, and I should not need to make a part 3. If I have to, I will. Pay attention to the lights. If it's green, it's a stale light. That means it can change at any second, and just because it's yellow, you don't need to gun underneath it. Pay attention to people merging onto the highway or the intersection. Move out of the way. Get out of that slow lane. That lane is for if you're getting ready to get off of the highway. If you're not getting off of the highway, move your narrow, unblessed behind over. Or nature's going to bless you, or that person who's intoxicated or mad at you for being in the way is going to give up and make a pancake out of you. And it's going to be your fault for being ignorant. Pay attention to turn signals from cars that are in front of you and on the side of you. I don't tell you how often the truck drivers have their turn signal on for a good 5 minutes before you pay attention to it. They're blinking their turn signal right next to you, and it take you, God forgiven, forever to realize this truck wants to move over. And then you get mad because the truck driver starts sliding in your lane. Well, move your behind over. Move your ass over. Move over. It's their job. It's you and your convenience trying to get to where you need to go because you think you own the road. No, it's a truck driver's career, and you think you're entitled to the road. And they got a job to do. Do you want to take that chance to stay right next to them and they got their turn signal on? What if the car on the other side bumps into the truck while you're next to it because you didn't move over in time? Now you crushed. Thank you. Congratulations. Yay. Let's clap that. Yay. Good job. You figured it out. It's not always you. It's your ignorance. So it's best to look at the turn signals and adjust yourself and use your own turn signal. Don't use a turn signal at the last minute. I told you that in the first video. If you're going to use a turn signal, don't wait until the turn comes and you use a turn signal. Somebody's going to hit you from behind, and whatever children or kids you got in the back seat, smart pants. Use your turn signal ahead of time so the people behind you know that eventually you are going to turn. So they will participate you by slowing down ahead of time, and they won't rear end you, genius. And oftentimes when you realize 79% of them are going to be on some type of drugs, legal or pharmaceutical, or your wonderful doctors. I ain't going to go there. Okay. They're distracted by so many things now because cars are now made with a television screen in it instead of being simple transportation. Thank you, automakers. And you got a lot of drinkers who are still drinking. Regardless of how many drinkers and alcoholics are taken off the road, there's still going to be some born tomorrow because we are in a sick environment in a very downslope country. So people are looking for an escape because they're not looking for an answer. Their answer means they got to be accountable for their actions, and that means they got to study and learn, which we're not willing to do. That is your hardcore facts, whether you like it or not. I am a warrior and a fighter for life, whether you like it or not. If it rubs you wrong, too bad. Get off the road. Get away from my people, my family, and my American people. I want you all to live. One life to me is every life. If you don't like it, get off the road. This is Leon C., a.k.a. Morpheus. Love it. Enjoy it. Share it as if it's a lesson and that it is important to life and death. And subscribe to receive more empowerment to stop this dumb, ignorant stuff.